You cannot say one team is ahead of the other on paper. So I think it's going to be a cracking IPL. I'll be watching Shreyas very closely. I'm talking of blokes who could actually make the cut at the highest level. Especially as a captain, when you set standards like Virat Kohli has, when people expect you to win every game, and that's never going to happen.
So we're all set for the IPL and we can't wait to have Ravi Shastri on board ESPN Cricinfo's coverage. Ravi, very warm welcome. Just a little teaser, time for a few appetizers before the tournament actually starts. So let's start by talking a little bit about Virat Kohli. Not captain this year, new chapter in his life. How do you see him go about this season? Is he going to bat with greater freedom? What sort of character is he going to be on the field now that he's not captain?
I think this could be a blessing in disguise. To be honest, the pressures of captaincy off his shoulders, those expectations that come with being captain, no longer there. He can go out, express himself, play freely, and I think he'll look to do just that. I think the most important thing for him is not worry about his own performances, because he's done enough in world cricket, for people to know where he stands. It's about him, wanting to enjoy himself out there in the middle. I think that is the key. It's mind over matter. It's a case of telling yourself, I want to go there, express myself, and enjoy myself.
Would you like for him to open?
I mean, that depends on the balance of the team. What their middle order is. I won't know what their middle order is, but just in case they've got a very strong middle order, then there's no harm in Virat opening.
You were one of the persons he would have spoken to before he took the decision to step down. Do you believe captaincy has a shelf life?
It certainly does. It's not easy to be captain of a team in all three formats of the game, and more so India, because it's the most demanding job in the world. I think no other team captain faces the kind of pressure an Indian team captain faces. And that's simply because of the expectations of the billions of people that we have, 1.4 billion. And the expectations are huge. And especially as a captain, when you set standards like Virat Kohli has, when people expect you to win every game. And that's never going to happen. Even with the greatest of teams, you're going to have an off season. There could be a period where nothing fires. So, the pressure will build. So I think he's done a smart decision of relinquishing captaincy. I would have still preferred him to stay in red ball cricket, but that's his personal choice.
Okay, fair enough. Now, from an outgoing captain to an incoming one, Hardik Pandya. It seems like an exciting combination. Hardik Pandya, new franchise from Gujarat. But where he is at this stage of his career, trying to come back from injury, trying to stake claim to once again find his way into the Indian white ball team, what sort of season do you think this will be for Hardik?
Big season, massive season. He'll be watched very closely. It's like whenever there's a World Cup round the corner, that season becomes doubly important. And I think all eyes will be on Hardik. I mean, this might just be the injection that he needs to get out there and play to his potential. We know what kind of a player he is. He's a genuine match winner. Now the responsibilities of captaincy on his shoulder might just bring out the best in him. And if he can start bowling, even stringing in 2-3 overs game after game and feel confident about it, I think then that's a huge bonus for India. Leave alone the Gujarat team.
Sure. Knowing him as well as you do as a character, what sort of captain do you think he'll be?
I think he'll be instinctive. He'll be aggressive. He'll think out of the box, just like when he, the way he bats. There'll be no set rules when it comes to bowling changes or batting orders. So expect all of that, from Hardik Pandya.
One question we often ask ourselves is he still that good purely as a batter to walk into India's T20 team? What we've seen in the last few series, he was excellent in Australia when he played effectively as a pure batter. But what we've seen is the likes of Suryakumar Yadav, Shreyas, Iyer, even Iyer, all put their hand up to do the job that Hardik Pandya was entrusted with. Do you believe now it's almost harder for him to play as a pure batter?
Definitely, because in the top 5, there's a lot of muscle there. So if anyone's occupying a position 5, 6 onwards, he'll have to bring that extra department to the game. So that is why, from Hardik's point of view, from India's point of view, from the the Gujarat team point of view, it's extremely important that he strings those 2 or 3 overs together, because if he does and bowls with even limited success, he becomes an automatic choice, in that Indian team.
He's one of many new captains this season, some overseas even. Faf du Plessis is going to captain for the first time. We know Shreyas Iyer is at a new franchise. Mayank Agarwal's captaining for the first time. Is there one in particular that you're looking forward to most? Would Hardik be that one?
I think I'll be watching Shreyas very closely. KL Rahul has already captained. I'm talking of blokes who could actually make the cut at the highest level for India. Because Rohit's not getting any younger, neither is Virat. They'll have to look as to who might be the captain 3 years, 4 years down the line. So that's where I'll be looking at. Rishabh Pant. I'll be looking at Shreyas Iyer. Very closely. Of course, KL Rahul, the way he handles that side. And Hardik, for the simple reason, if that can infuse some more energy and energize him in a manner that will make him come out and play, with gay abandon.
All right. Now, 10 teams in the IPL, Ravi. You've seen this before. It's gone to 10 teams. Still, it feels a little different this time. What are your expectations from a 10-team IPL? It's exciting on the one hand. On the other hand, there is a reservation that will the quality or the standard still be as high?
That was my reservation before the auction. But after the auction, I would say it's a good spread. It's spread out nicely amongst the 10 teams out there. On a given day, any team can beat anyone. As opposed to the last 2 years of the IPL, where you knew there were 2-3 teams that were stronger than the others. Even before the start of the IPL, you cannot say that now. You cannot say one team is ahead of the other on paper. All teams there have some good strength, whether it's in the bowling department, whether it comes into the batting department or the all-round strength. So I think it's going to be a cracking IPL. And expect some real upsets here this season.
Okay, and finally, if there is an area for the Indian team to improve on, can you look at the IPL and try and identify such an area? Is that even possible at all if you know there is a weakness?
I think the all-rounders position at number 6 for sure. Ideally, someone in the top 5 who can bowl, 2 or 3 overs, that takes the pressure off the captain. It gives him then 6.5 bowlers, and 6 from whom he can choose. That will be one area I'll be looking at very closely, and of course the fast bowling and fielding more than anything else. I'm not really worried about the batting. Batting is there. The fast bowling department and the fielding department, and that all-rounders position at number 6.
Ravi, thank you so much for your time. Can't wait to get you on board ESPN Cricinfo's IPL coverage.
Pleasure.